everyone, welcome back. Today I have a little bit more information for you, and I'm also going to go over our sketchbook for today and the work time expectation. So first things first, for today in your sketchbook, it is going to be sketchbook number 9. What I'm going to do with instruction today is introduce a few blending materials that you can use at home. Most of it is stuff that you probably already have at home or is fairly easy to borrow from either a neighbor or a friend. So as you go through with this, I'm going to talk about that, and then I also have a few announcements as I go through and work on the example. But the 3 materials themselves, biggest emphasis with them, less is more. I think I used about like a half teaspoon of each example, and I had about half left of each one once I did all the testing sheets and went through on my example and finished it. So be really minimal with it. A little bit goes a really long way, and if you end up putting way too much on it, it does end up making quite a bit of a mess. So for those 3 materials, the 3 that I ended up using are mineral oil, vegetable oil, and then Vaseline. Overall, I really liked the mineral oil and vegetable oil with crayons and colored pencils. I feel like it was most versatile as far as where it was mixing in black, as well as shading other colors and then just kind of smoothing out the grain of the paper. Vaseline I did not enjoy as much. I feel like it did a really nice job in areas where it was supposed to be lighter or more like pasteled, but areas where it was either darker or had colors mixing together, it had a tendency to act a little bit funny. So if you are using Vaseline, I noticed it worked a little bit better with crayons than the colored pencils. So something just to keep in mind if you are using Vaseline, do expect it to kind of lighten up your examples. Otherwise, as far as other people using paint and markers, I would still like you to do sketchbook 9. Since you are not using materials that require blending, you can either go in and test some things out with your materials, or if you'd like to give it a try with colored pencils and crayons and kind of test out what I'm walking through today, that's fine as well. For you people using markers, one quick tip for you, there's 2 basic types of markers. One is water-based, the other is alcohol-based. Water-based markers are usually going to be your typical like Crayola standard pack markers. Usually if you have alcohol markers, you'll know it. For water markers, if you do want to go in and apply water to it, it can be a nice way to create a more painterly style with those. So feel free to play with those if you'd like. Otherwise, for those of you that have alcohol markers, one quick tip, if you are not entirely sure, you can either test it out with water and a separate sheet of paper, or what you can do is, typically with alcohol markers, they're going to have a bit of an odor to them, whereas watercolor markers are going to be odorless. And then for alcohol markers, if you are using a professional set, go ahead and use whatever you'd like. If you do not have a blender tip with those, something you can use instead is rubbing alcohol. As far as the sketch today, since it is just kind of testing out those blending methods or doing a free choice drawing, I would say aim for about 5 to 10 minutes on that entry, and then once you are ready to go over into your project, you should start either going in with blending or you should be wrapping it up. Next time I'm going to go over outlining, and then we are going to get ready to get these turned in. Most of you are getting to the point where you're getting pretty close to getting them turned in, so I am excited to have us move forward. We will be starting our new project next week. A couple pieces of information as we wrap this up today. We will not have instructional content on Friday or Monday, so you can kind of think of it as being a 4-day weekend. So for periods 1, 2, 3, I will see you on Thursday before we go for that weekend. Otherwise, for my 4, 5, and 9, I will see you next Tuesday. Last couple pieces of information for you before I let you go. To show you a quick comparison, this is what the piece looked like before and after that shading and blending. So to give you an idea of what that might look like from before and after, and to give you an idea if you want to give it a try, I wanted to give you that quickly. Otherwise, before I leave you today, make sure that you are getting the assignment either turned in through Flipgrid or that you're getting it turned in through email. If I'm not receiving it, it gets really hard for me to get the grade put in, so please, please, please make sure that you are getting that submitted to me somehow. Last thing for you before I leave today, as you heard last week, we will not be returning to school for the semester. For that, with construction coming up, the art department is trying to figure out how to handle projects. I'm going to have some more information for you next week as we start to get a plan together. But stay tuned. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns as we go into the remainder of the semester. I'm here to help, so feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful couple days. See ya. Bye.